That was terrible.
That was crap. That was garbage. This place sucks.
Overreaction Monday.
All right, what do you got over there, Chris Brockman?
All right,
I wish you
first
could play round ball rock NFL film style, but he can't do that because John Tesh would come in here and sue the hell out of us.
Yeah. Just you want a little NFL?
Is that wrong? Whatever. No, I don't need it. Don't worry about it. Go for it. What do you got over there,
All right, first
Chris?
up, with the Nets battered, guys, the Bucks are the favorite to win the East.
I think that is an absolute overreaction. An absolute overreaction. I don't even know if the Bucks are going to win this series. It would be so like the Nets and Durant to come up and just hit them in the mouth, and the Bucks fold like a cheap suit in Brooklyn, and it's suddenly they got to win it in Game 6. By which point Harden comes back on the floor, or Kyrie's like suddenly like the Willis Reed of the Eastern Conference semifinal. All right.
True.
I don't know why I'm so bothered by this. Watching Giannis shoot a free throw, it's insane.
It's painful.
I just hate watching somebody struggle mentally who's so gifted physically. The spinning of the basketball, the staring at the rim, the motioning, and then it's just like
he's finally getting called for the penalty.
he has to because it's 13 seconds long.
Yeah.
And 13 is a perfect word for it because my son is going to get bar mitzvahed by the time he shoots his next free throw. What else you got over there, Chris?
All right. We hit on this earlier with Richard Jefferson. Let's kind of get into it right now again. Jokic deserved to get ejected for that hit on Cameron Payne.
I think that's an overreaction. I think that his wind-up and his actions after it were somebody who phased out of civility for a second. And the fact that Cameron Payne got contacted and went down to the floor as long as he did too. And as Reggie Miller said, the first blush, Reggie was like, yeah, that's all ball. I don't know what that's all about. And then it's just like one angle is just like, yeah, I don't, it looked like he was going for the ball. And then they see the other angle from the baseline, and you can see that he's contacted in the face. And once you go in the head and neck area, that's going to be a flagrant foul for sure. And it was flagrant 2 and see you. I think you put it all together the way that he was acting, just like dead-eyed staring on top of, Devin Booker.
It's kind of like a Ndamukong Suh moment. He just kind of like blacked out there.
I don't know where that guy came from.
Yeah.
I don't think that was, certainly, again, anybody else, any other MVP? Obviously, I don't think Steph Curry's winding up like that, but.
If he didn't have the wind-up and he still
It was the wind-up. It was the wind-up, man.
And by the way, Chris, Ndamukong Suh stepped on the dude's head. No, I'm sorry. That was Albert.
No, but he has kicked and done some crazy things too.
Some guys, but
I think his point is just like you leave your mind knowing that this is not the way a professional athlete needs to act on the court or the floor or the ice or the pitch.
And we've never seen that person act that way before.
Right.
It was just kind of super bizarre.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah. I want to get into this as well because I am going to put hard-earned money on this, guys. The Suns are the favorites to win the title.
I don't know how you could say that right now.
How can you not?
Does he know there's 800 numbers that he could call and get help for this addiction that he has?
They dispatched the Lakers that everyone thought was going to just
because
sleepwalk to this anyway,
Anthony Davis got hurt.
And they just out. See you later.
Yeah, because
Denver and the MVP.
Denver ran out of gas from the bubble, and they didn't have Jamal Murray, and they really needed him in this round.
So, you're really discounting what the Suns have done the first 2 rounds?
I am not discounting what they have done.
That's what it sounds like.
No, you're putting it in the category of that they're now the front runners for the NBA title. If they beat the Jazz or the Clippers, now you're having me at hello. Like if the Jazz and the Clippers are full strength and they go in and beat those guys, certainly if the Jazz have home court advantage, certainly if they go in as the lower seed, now you got me. But to sit here right now to say what they've done in the first 2 rounds merits them beating anybody else in the field, I'll say that's an overreaction.
Have they been the most impressive team to you to date? Or are you still not impressed?
Of course I'm impressed. Of course I am.
Impressed.
I mean, let's see if the Jazz finish off the Clippers tonight and then in Game 5, I think dispatching with a young, plucky Grizzlies team and then beating the Clippers in 5 would be more impressive than what the Suns have pulled off.
Let me tell you what ain't going to happen.
What I just said.
Yeah.
I got it. What else you got over
All
there?
right, well, this next one is specifically for you, TJ.
Oh.
The Clippers have the Jazz right where they want them.
Of course. We don't start playing until we're down 0-2. It's just like, it's not really fun for them. It's like, yeah, we're here. Then it's like, oh, okay, 0-2. Now we got a ball. Now we got to start playing.
Careful, man. The Jazz can shoot the lights
I know
out.
the Jazz are good. I'm worried. I'm worried every game, man. But it's what fandom is, right? You gotta believe.
If they win tonight, then that's what you're supposed to do. When you're on
home
home
court,
court,
yeah.
unless you're the previous series when nobody won in their home court until Game 7.
Defend the dojo tonight, man.
And then go back in Game 5, and you have all the Jazz fans in their color-coded shirts and whatever, and go in there and quiet them up.
Then you got the Clippers with cardboard cutouts. I mean, hey.
Also,
Not after the next game.
Apparently,
this is the
yeah.
last game with the cardboard cutouts because the state of California opens completely tomorrow. We might have some more people strolling behind us here tomorrow. Get ready to look like.
Shades up.
Yeah.
We've been
Shades up.
we've been living here like we're in a Will Smith movie.
I'm in.
Telling you, it's like it's like The Walking Dead, and we're finding new communities, and people are like
people in The Walking Dead
coming around.
something to monitor, though.
It's like Omega Man.
Donovan Mitchell left last game.
True.
A little banged up.
Yes.
Mike Conley's still out, so
What are we hearing about Mitchell for
I
tonight?
haven't seen it.
All right,
here's what
I
we're
would
gonna do.
assume that he's going to play.
Here's what we're going
but
to do. We'll take a break. I'll talk to Ariel Hawani, unless you got one more item.
Just real quick, the Sixers, TJ.
Yes, sir.
I just wanted to finish strong for you. They're flying under the radar as a title contender.
Damn straight. Damn straight.
I don't believe you're overreacting, Chris.
Damn
I
straight.
believe you're reacting properly.
Damn
and,
straight.
No one's really talking about them,
And
or
that's
that
fine
series right now.
That's perfect. Don't talk about
Damn
it.
straight. Absolutely.
They've got
Embiid looks
That is not
incredible,
overreacting.
they've got
unstoppable.
probably the most unstoppable force left in these playoffs right now.
What
Like
about-
I don't know how you defend the guy.
How about before I talked about with Richard Jefferson, the Suns versus the Nets in the finals, where you'd have the former Clipper Big Three and Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, and DeAndre Jordan all under one roof, two different teams, and then Harden and Chris Paul, as you know, Harden had to shoot at separate baskets, in practice.
Yeah.
that they're fighting each other out for a title that both of them had been desperate to get for themselves, right? What about Clippers versus Sixers? What about Doc and the Clippers sitting there, man?
Who do you root for?
How about that one?
I'm not
and then
even
it's the TJ Jefferson championship. How about that one?
I'm not
How
even
about-
getting ahead of myself.
How about Suns versus Sixers? Chris Paul and Doc. There's so many storylines
There's a
going on here,
storyline
man.
there, yeah.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.